That 15 minutes, it's most dangerous 15 minutes in your life and my life, and they don't want to take a risk like that.
We've been here like more than 25 minutes, I think, and that's exactly what they need to get started and bomb the car. So we need to quickly jump in the car and drive away. And this is the road that they could practically target very easily, basically. Oh, shit. Alright guys, I am about to do the most dangerous trip one can do in Europe right now. I am about to go to Ukraine. I am about to go to Donbass that is partly occupied by Russia. And the reason why I'm going there is because I want to see with my own eyes whether if the biggest established humanitarian organizations are present in Ukraine, and in particular in the most difficult places like Donbass and so on. The 24th of February 2022, Vladimir Putin boiled over and launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The number of Ukrainians requiring humanitarian aid and protection has risen rapidly from 3 million people at the start of 2022 to nearly 18 million as of now. But the Russian aggression rages on. Unsurprisingly, people from other countries have rallied to support Ukraine, leading to a surge in donations from governments, companies, and individuals around the world. Perhaps you've given money yourself like so many others. What's more, the people making the biggest impact on the front line are not the large established NGOs, but the small local volunteer groups without whom the victims of this war would be left practically abandoned. Yet reports from those on the ground have uncovered a disturbing truth. Despite billions of dollars being raised, people who are living in the frontline cities are left without any help. If so, why are the global established NGOs failing the Ukrainian people so badly? And basically, the only way to find out the truth is to be here in Ukraine. Right now I am in Dnipro. Last night when I slept, I've heard the air raiders, the sirens, and it's constant pressure. But the main problem and most difficult places are not here in Dnipro or Kiev or Lviv or other cities, but it's the frontline cities, because those people who live there, they are alone. They are basically abandoned in hands of civilian volunteers that go there to help them. There are no other organizations established in the frontline cities. On my way from Sweden to Kiev, I saw a lot of cars from UN, World Food Program, and a bunch of other organizations, but the problem is that those cars never go to frontline cities. And the people that live in the frontline cities, they need help the most. My name is Levan Tsikurishvili, and I am documentary film director. In April of 2023, I traveled to Ukraine to meet up with my 19-year-old friend Maks. I have been helping donate and volunteering for Ukraine since the beginning of the invasion, running a small volunteer group called Ukraine Express. A few months ago, we received an Instagram message. 19-year-old volunteer Maks from Dnipropetrovsk region asked if we could help with humanitarian supplies, as he specialized in frontline deliveries and had hard time getting donations for his trips. That is how I got in contact with this courageous young man. But what made me most terrified is that Maks, that has spent the last 12 months going to the frontline cities, tells me this when I start talking to him about the global aid organizations. Which big organizations' names do you know?
I know only UNICEF, because just I seen a lot of cars on Dnipro, so far from Frontline, really, and I know them only because I seen them car.
Have you seen any other big organizations, any other global organizations in the frontline cities?
I don't know any names, of big organization. Only UNICEF.
And that is because you have seen UNICEF, but you have not seen any other big organizations in the frontline.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, it's such a big task to take on your shoulders. You are 19-year-old. You do their job.
Yeah.
Big global organizations' job that they received billions of dollars to do what you do. And you do that because they don't do their job. How do you feel about that?
I think it's so sad, and I'm feeling bad because we have not money for that, and they have really a lot of opportunities. If they don't want to do it, don't want to do their work, they can at least help for us, and we can do it, their work really. Now people on frontline cities left without any help. Today we will go to Avdiivka, and we will give to people what they want. Avdiivka now it's so hard place because Russians, they use artillery, tanks, they use weapon rockets also. No, I'm not afraid because it's important for us, because Ukrainians living there and our peoples living there right now, and they really need now our help.
Basically, those who stand in the front lines, both civilians and the military, they cannot wait till the big organizations will be able to figure out how to train their personnel or how to operate in frontline cities. And by the way, it's been already 14 months, and everyone that I speak to, they haven't seen any of the big organizations established in the frontline cities or in the front lines because they don't go there. They don't want to take the risk.
I think it's so sad, but I don't care because it's my country, and I want to help. I need to help without any organization. Yeah, I know I take a big risk every time because every trip could be last trip.
I mean, if they want to go and if they have motivation as you have, could they do it? Is it possible for them?
Yeah, they can do it, I think. They can do it, but I don't know why they can't do it.
No trains. Obviously, wires are down, so it's bombed or something. I don't know.
You need to be careful because on the road could be a little bombs. When rockets falling down and explodes, flying a little bombs on the road where rockets explodes. We can't go away from road because so close to road could be mines. Yeah, we need to be focused now because it's very dangerous, really. And I think everything will be good.
So basically where we are now, where we are driving, if you look behind the edge there, that's where the Russians are on the right side, and on the left side, that's also where the Russians are holding the positions. So now the vest's on, the helmet on. We just arrived in very close to Avdiivka, and we hear constant shelling already, but that's Ukrainian artillery actually. So right behind me you have a coal mine that Russians are trying to seize basically. So they are trying to encircle this place. Now we have 6 kilometers left to the hottest point, which is the city itself, Avdiivka, and let's go.
Let's go.
Boom. In front of me, I do have the coke mine that Russians are trying to take over. I'm not sure if you see it, and that's basically the big factory that they are trying to seize, but they haven't been able yet. So this area is very dangerous. That's how people live in the front. someone here hiding car, someone is biking, someone is trying to be inside and not do things that they used to do when the war was not present. Very sad.
Name of the city. Russians from there 4 kilometers.
4?
Right side, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's where Putin hangs as well.
Yeah, name of the city.
Stop here?
Next stone block. Yeah, behind stone block. I mean behind the construction right side.
Okay. So that's where Putin hangs here, basically. And yeah, now we are here. We have Putin behind us, we have Russians on that side, and we have Ukraine on another side. Come, Max, we go. And you hear the constant shelling, and that's supposed to be the Ukrainian shelling, basically, Ukrainian artillery.
Really black white buildings,
Okay, okay.
as you can see now.
So basically now we are in Avdiivka. You see a lot of burned houses. Oh wow, this building, my god. There are a couple walking. Yeah. This is how Ukraine looks like right now in Avdiivka. And this is where people live in this disaster, trying to survive. That's the reality of Ukraine. Where? Straight?
Left, yeah, straight.
Straight?
Left. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
It's okay. And our point is there. Go and
Okay.
there's people.
All right. Whew. Great.
Dangerous with you, man. Right now we are in Avdiivka. We are unloading the car. As you hear behind me, there are constant bombs raining from the sky. Shelling never stops. This is the reality of Ukrainians are living in, and it's very surprising to see how people are trying to create lives, basically. Even though bombs are raining literally, they're trying to survive and they're trying to live here. And it's somewhat very sad, of course, but at the same time somewhat very inspiring to see that people are able to stick together and survive this destruction. That's how terrible the situation is. And we are going to try to offload the car as quick as possible. There are people on the ground where they live. We drop off the humanitarian aid and then we go home as quick as possible. They really need water now.
Щоб ви нам мир привезли.
Ну, звісно, ми б тільки за, щоб мир привезти.
Ага, ви
Ми такі,
хочете
щоб
на нас
тут був.
прийти?
Да, да, я договорилась. Пойдемте, женщина, все вам
Ідіть, мої хороші, ідіть.
Go with me.
Идите, проходите.
Я буду переводити, це не питання, тільки щоб хтось розповідав, тобто, казати просто українською. Я буду
Ну,
задавати...
украинская она не может.
Ну, російською, добре,
Мы же
російською.
таки российскомовные.
They can speak in Russian. It's
You
okay?
can speak with him.
Говорим.
Доброго дня.
Доброго дня.
Як ви?
Ну я хочу вже вдома бути.
Та
Вже
розуміємо,
мені
розуміємо.
так надоїло в підвалі сидіти. Це моя старость.
Всі хочуть, всі хочуть, ми розуміємо.
Can you ask if she has seen any of the... Oh, great, thank you. Any of the big organizations present here?
Звісно.
А які саме, не знаєте?
Ну, от з Америки були.
Ага, а які назви ви не знаєте, так?
Не знаем, не знаем. Я нахожусь лично здесь 6 месяцев. 6 месяцев в другом подвале находилась. Як я от скажу, приїдьте до нас, побудьте в нас. Да. Я не виїжджаю, тому що я тут родилася. У мене тут дочь похоронена.
Да, я
У
понял.
мене от дедушка, це йому приємно, оце він дишить это, по ступенькам, як от мой муж. Да.
Ну, мы
Это
понимаем,
старость наша
да,
такая
мы
пришла.
понимаем. Как сколько вы тут планируете оставаться еще?
Ми
До конца?
А я не знаю до конца или не до конца, я не знаю. Я не собираюсь никуда ехать.
Вы выезжать не хотите?
Я лично не хочу, потому что мне, как я брошу дочь и уеду. Вот так логично рассудите, ребята.
Да, я понимаю, я понимаю.
Там и все. Ну, не получается так. Мы пенсионеры. Ну, мы еще работаем, мы числимся на работе.
Вам
Ну,
сейчас начисляют зарплату?
ничего нам не считает. Никто ничего. Спасибо, до свидания, сказала, и все. До лучших времен
Вы
сидите
тоже
дома.
не хотите выезжать?
Тоже не, ради Бога. У мене тут все своє. Да ще ж робота мене розчитані. Ми ще ж надіємося, що ми понадобимося.
Как вы считаете, за кем будет победа в конце?
Бог його зна. Це таке страшне. Хочемо, щоб було все хорошо.
Кого мы ждем?
Миру.
Миру.
Миру ждемо,
Українського
миру.
миру чи
Мир українського якого ж.
якої буде.
Ми ж тут
Все
живемо.
життя на Україні
Ми
проживається,
живемо
буде
тут.
Україна. Так.
Наше
Ну,
тут
вже
все.
бережіть себе. Будемо обов'язково до вас ще приїжджати і допомагати.
Приїжджайте,
До
хлопці,
кінця,
якщо
доки буде
ви
до
ми
вас
тут.
маршрут, будемо до вас їздити і привозити те, що потрібно.
Спасибо.
Та якщо вам потрібен одяг також привеземо. Одяг вам потрібен?
Водя.
Так, так.
Та
Одежда.
весна йде, будемо загорати вже. Лежати.
Можем привезти летнюю одежду, будете в платьечке ходить.
Платячка. Нам уже платячка не треба.
Ладно, привезем вам и одежду тоже. Я знаю, что
Може,
вам нужно.
слухай, а буде мир, будемо ми здорові і буде все.
Чем потребно. Потому что они, да, что я просто вам передал, все хорошо, что у вас это есть.
So we just spoke with the old people that live in this underground place, and they said they actually received some help from some type of American organization. We don't know the name, but in general, they said they are alone most of the time and are not really receiving any help. So I have really mixed feelings. Now we've been exposing ourselves quite along here, so I think we really need to hop in the car and drive away as quick as possible, because we've been here like more than 25 minutes, I think, and that's exactly what they need to get started and bomb the car. So we need to quickly jump in the car and drive away.
Ще будемо до вас приїжджати, у майбутньому скорому вже приїдемо до вас.
Дай Бог.
Так, бережіть
Все было
себе.
хорошо.
Бережіть себе.
И вам добра. Спасибо.
Let's go.
Do you remember our road?
I think so.
Left.
I think so, yeah. All right.
We can stop and filming if you want.
No, it's okay.
You have time, we have opportunity for it.
No, bro, it's okay. Let's get out from here as soon as possible. Can you close the window? There's a couple. Obviously, they bought some necessities and are going home. There are bombed houses everywhere, buildings, bombed buildings. Just straight, right?
Just straight.
Yeah.
Every time just straight.
She was very thankful for what we give her.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. For them it's really hard to speak about it.
Yeah. I understand.
So they can't. She starts crying because
Yeah.
it's really hard for them.
Yeah, of course.
And I understand everything because they live there all of their life.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And it's so hard for them.
Yeah. much left now before we have to pass the most difficult place, which is between that factory that is on the right hand side and the road we are driving, because Russians are having the positions on the left side basically. And yeah, it's to say the least, it's a little bit dangerous, but we got in, and we think we can get out this way. Oh bro, is this right way?
Yeah.
You sure?
It's good. Yeah, of course.
Because we
Go
didn't.
left now, turn left.
So basically that's the factory that is of strategic value that Russians are trying to seize. And here we need to say hi to Putin. Hello little how are you doing? He's doing fine, I think. And yeah, we have Russians on the left. And we have the factory that they want to seize on the right. And this is the road. And now we need to focus, so I will put down my camera and try to focus on the road. Can you hold like that and film?
Just road, yeah?
Yeah, just hold like that, yeah. The car goes so good because we do not have any weights. That's good. Alright, not much left, and we are getting closer to the end point of this dangerous zone, and this is the road that they could practically and theoretically target very easily, basically, with the help of artillery. So that's why we are driving as we are driving. We just left the city of Avdiivka. We made it out of the most dangerous road, basically, which goes straight in front of the eyes of the Russians, which is between the factory, the coke factory, coke mine factory that they want to take, and their positions, basically. So we made it out. It's not completely safe where we are now, but it's definitely not as dangerous as it was before. So what we are going to do is to go all the way to the sign of the Donetsk, where we... Oh, shit. Fuck. Woo, that was close. That was close. Fuck. Wow. And yeah, that's what happens in Donbass. So we are basically going to go to the sign of the Donetsk, and once we are there, it means that we are in safe area. So it's still a little bit dangerous here. It could be artillery shellings, it could be drones, it could be all kinds of things. Last time when Maks went to Avdiivka, Russians dropped chemical bombs, some type of small chemical bombs, and yeah, so they try to do everything they can. Where to go? Left? Are you sure? And
I'm sure. Yeah.
turn around?
Yeah, go. Around, yeah. It's okay, just a little bit.
We took the wrong turn, and we ended up somewhere else, which is very dangerous here. So now we are trying to make it to the main road as quick as possible, and we still don't really know exactly where we are, but we are trying to figure it out.
I think 0. We have only one. Yeah, bad road.
Yeah. We are trying to figure out where to go. But Max says it's the right road, so then it should be the right road.
Levan want to kill me now. He's driving so fast, really. right now. Just now we found new way to Avdiivka.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shit.
Just new road. No, not just for me, I think.
Okay.
Just I know it's good, but we don't drive here. I go. This road not for our bus.
No.
Oh.
Oh shit. Shit.
Okay, I need to record. Really? Жодні. Побої на дорозі нам не серйозно.
Wow. Okay, so are we on the right way now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you sure? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, man. Of course. But I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Our window is so dirty.
Yeah. Now we are trapped behind this big car. And this could mean two things. It could be the right road, but it's also dangerous to be behind this car, of course, because that's exactly what Russians want to hit. And we are driving behind them, so they can think that we are part of the military unit, basically, or they can just shoot at us without even thinking that we are part of the military, because they just want to kill everything called life in Ukraine. So yeah, I'm going to try to put down camera and drive away. So tell me, Max, how do you feel?
I'm feeling good now because I'm helped for Ukrainians who really need it now, and I'm feeling good, really good, because I want to do it every time, and yeah, how I can feel myself if I want to help them. Yeah.
To summarize just what we did, I mean, this could be done by the big organizations as well, what we just did. Right? But they don't do it.
I think they anyway don't want to take that risk, because that 15 minutes, it's most dangerous 15 minutes in your life and my life, and they don't want to take a risk like that. But anyway, we will do it because people need it, and if big organizations, global organizations don't want to do it, it's okay. We don't afraid. We must to do it because it's our peoples and it's Ukraine.
All right, we just made it out of Avdiivka, from the most dangerous area of Avdiivka. We had to drive very fast, and our car looks a little bit funny, but I think we made it out in the little bit more safer area. It's still the front line. We are going to take off the vests and the helmet. You still hear the shelling. We are going to take off the vest and the helmet and try to just go back. But yeah, this was the journey of the front line. This was the journey of the story of the humans living in the underground, not receiving any help in Avdiivka. It was a very special experience. It was very interesting. It was emotional. It was surprising. It was learning experience. It was everything you can think of. A lot of emotions, obviously, a lot of fear. I also want to mention that the woman that I spoke with said actually that she received some type of help from an American organization that I don't know, or she didn't know the name of, but she said, yeah, we received help by Americans, she said. And that was very good to hear. but at the same time, again, these people are not receiving help that they're supposed to receive from international organizations that has gotten billions of donations for Ukraine and for vulnerable people. And yes, of course, they do help people in liberated areas, but not in the frontline cities. And I think it's worth remembering that those people are the most vulnerable ones because they cannot access water, they do not have access to water, electricity, heat, or anything like that. And they are relying on random, regular civilians, volunteers that go there and do these very stressful drop-offs. I also want to mention that what we did was one of the dangerous trips that one could do in Europe, as the shelling and the fighting is very heavy right now in Avdiivka. But at the same time, this is something that big organizations could do as well. And again, I do not have any training of operating on the front line. Maks doesn't have any training on operating on the front lines either, but we did it. And it was definitely risky, but it's doable. And I would really encourage the international established big organizations that are having access to these billions that they got from the people that want to help Ukraine to really try to change the regulations, change the way of thinking, change the way of working to help these people, because they do not have any help and they do not have anywhere to go to, and they do not want to evacuate because there is nowhere to go to for them. They are born there, they grew up in those places, and they are stuck there, or they don't want to leave. Some of them don't want to leave because they have nowhere to go to. And I think it's very fragile, the situation as it is now, strategically for the Ukrainian military, but at the same time there are civilians. There are more than 3,000 people living in the rubbles, and if big organizations that are kind of designated to help them, who will help them? Because it's not the job of the military, and it's definitely not job of the civilians to go there, risk their lives and help these people. So yeah, it's mixed feelings, but that's the reality of Ukraine, and that's the reality of people living in the frontline cities.